The sight was brief, but it was enough to send shockwaves across social media. 7 familiar silhouettes moving in sync through a bustling airport terminal, cameras flashing, phones raised, and fans instantly realizing they were witnessing something rare again. For the first time in a while, BTS had been spotted together in public, reportedly en route to Dubai, and the internet erupted within minutes. Clips circulating online showed the group walking closely with staff, dressed in a mix of relaxed streetwear and polished travel looks that immediately reignited conversations about their legendary airport fashion. Long coats brushed past rolling suitcases, hoodies were paired with luxury sneakers, and subtle accessories hinted at brand partnerships without revealing too much. Fans who happened to be nearby described the atmosphere as electric, with murmurs spreading through the terminal before turning into excited whispers and hurried recordings shared across platforms in real time. What truly fueled the frenzy, however, was not just the styling or the candid smiles exchanged among the members, but the symbolism of seeing them all together again before an international flight. For longtime followers, moments like these carry emotional weight, reminders of eras when surprise airport appearances often preceded major announcements, world tours, or headline-making global projects. Within hours, hashtags related to the sighting climbed trending charts in multiple countries, accompanied by slowed-down clips, zoomed screenshots, and speculative captions dissecting everything from luggage tags to the route of their security detail. Dubai's reputation as a hub for large-scale events only added to the intrigue. The city frequently hosts luxury brand showcases, global music gatherings, exclusive media productions, and high-profile private functions, making it fertile ground for theories about why the group might be heading there. Some fans suggested an upcoming fashion campaign or ambassador schedule, while others wondered if a secret performance, filming project, or collaborative venture with an international partner could be underway. Every new angle uploaded seemed to spark another wave of analysis, with ARMY communities trading clues and timelines at lightning speed. Despite the growing storm of speculation, official channels remained silent, which only intensified curiosity. The lack of confirmation created a familiar suspense, one that has often preceded major reveals in the group's history. Entertainment reporters quickly picked up the story, framing the airport appearance as a potential signal of renewed large-scale activities, and emphasizing how even the smallest public glimpse of the full lineup can dominate global headlines. More than anything, the moment served as a reminder of the group's enduring gravitational pull. A few seconds of footage in a crowded terminal was all it took to captivate millions, spark worldwide discussion, and momentarily freeze timelines across continents. Whether or not the Dubai trip leads to a new project announcement, fans are already treating the sighting as a symbolic reunion in motion, a snapshot of 7 artists once again sharing the same path, heading toward an unknown destination and leaving the world eagerly waiting for what comes next. As hours passed, new footage continued to surface from different angles inside the terminal, each clip adding fuel to the rapidly growing conversation. Some showed the members pausing briefly near check-in counters, others captured them moving through security under tight coordination, exchanging quiet words and small laughs that fans immediately replayed in slow motion. Online communities began stitching these fragments together into timelines, attempting to reconstruct the exact moment they arrived, which entrance they used, and how long they stayed before disappearing beyond restricted areas. Entertainment outlets soon joined the frenzy, publishing breaking alerts and cautious headlines that emphasized the same phrase again and again, reportedly heading to Dubai. Analysts noted how rare full-group airport appearances had become in recent years, making this particular sighting feel loaded with significance. Commentators debated whether the coordinated travel hinted at something bigger than individual schedules, suggesting that the logistics alone, 7 members, international security teams, and a global destination, pointed toward a project of major scale. Fans, meanwhile, oscillated between excitement and restraint. While theories multiplied, many reminded one another to avoid over-speculation until official statements emerged. Still, the guessing game was irresistible. Was this the start of a new promotional cycle, a secret filming schedule for an overseas production, or perhaps preparations for a special event designed to reintroduce the group to the global stage in a dramatic way? Every unanswered question only sharpened the anticipation. What stood out most in the coverage was the emotional undercurrent beneath the headlines. Social posts weren't just analyzing outfits or travel routes, they were celebrating the simple image of the group moving together again. Longtime supporters shared throwback photos from past airport departures, drawing parallels between those moments and the ones unfolding now, noting how history had a habit of repeating itself when it came to unexpected sightings leading to monumental announcements. By nightfall in several time zones, the story had fully taken over entertainment feeds, with broadcasters teasing follow-ups and online publications promising updates as soon as more information became available. Screens glowed with paused frames from shaky phone videos, captions speculating about schedules, and comments filled with excitement, disbelief, and carefully worded hope. In the absence of confirmation, the airport scene itself became the headline, a fleeting glimpse that managed to dominate global conversation and remind everyone why even the smallest movements from these 7 artists can ripple outward across continents. Wherever the flight ultimately leads in terms of future projects, the image of them stepping into that terminal together has already etched itself into fan memory, a quiet but powerful prelude to whatever chapter is waiting to be revealed next. By the following day, fan communities across different regions had begun coordinating watch efforts, tracking possible arrival windows and scanning airport updates with forensic intensity. Some accounts claimed to have spotted similar security convoys preparing on the other end of the route, while others dissected flight schedules and private terminal layouts, searching for any hint of where the group might surface next. Each unverified rumor spread at lightning speed, only to be cautiously walked back by fans urging patience and respect for privacy, yet the buzz never truly slowed. Industry insiders were also quoted in several reports, carefully noting that large-scale international travel often precedes major commercial activity in the entertainment world. Without confirming anything directly, they spoke about how global campaigns, music-related filming, or luxury brand projects typically require weeks of advanced coordination, especially when multiple high-profile artists move together. These remarks, though vague, were enough to keep the story alive and evolving, transforming a simple airport sighting into a rolling narrative followed in real time. What made the moment particularly compelling was its contrast with recent years, when public schedules had often been staggered and appearances fragmented. Seeing the full lineup in motion again felt, to many observers, like a visual promise, proof that collective chapters were still very much part of the future. Comment sections filled with reflections about past eras, countdowns to legendary announcements, and memories of how previous surprise departures had eventually led to headline tours, record-breaking releases, or unexpected global collaborations. Even casual onlookers were drawn into the spectacle. Mainstream news aggregators began pushing alerts about the sighting, while lifestyle outlets focused on travel looks and subtle styling details, framing them as potential clues rather than mere fashion choices. Every angle seemed to invite interpretation, turning coats, carry-ons, and even walking formations into objects of fascination. As the hours stretched into days without official clarification, anticipation hardened into a collective holding of breath. The narrative shifted from frantic speculation to quiet, simmering expectation, the kind that settles in before something big breaks. Whether the trip ultimately signals a new artistic phase, a global partnership, or simply a tightly scheduled overseas engagement, the impact of that single airport appearance has already proven undeniable. For now, the world is left with grainy videos, trending hashtags, and a sense that something is quietly aligning behind the scenes. 7 figures walked through a terminal and boarded a plane, and in doing so, once again reminded everyone of their rare ability to turn an ordinary travel moment into a global event, one that feels less like an ending and more like the opening scene of a story still waiting to unfold. As the speculation reached a steady roar, attention slowly shifted from the departure itself to what might unfold once BTS touched down in Dubai. Fans refreshed social feeds endlessly, hoping for a glimpse at arrivals halls, luxury hotels, or discreet convoy movements that might hint at the nature of the visit. Every blurred photo and secondhand account was treated like a puzzle piece, analyzed, debated, and rearranged in countless online threads dedicated to decoding the group's next move. Observers pointed out how the city's glittering skyline and reputation for hosting exclusive international productions made it an ideal backdrop for something visually grand. Dubai has long been favored for high-budget shoots and closed-door industry gatherings, and that context only deepened the sense that this was not a routine trip. Theories grew more elaborate by the hour, weaving together timelines from rumored industry calendars, fashion week schedules, and global event circuits, all while stressing that nothing had yet been confirmed. At the same time, a quieter, more reflective tone emerged among longtime supporters. Many spoke less about potential projects and more about what the moment represented emotionally, the reassurance of seeing all 7 moving together again, sharing the same destination, even if only briefly captured on shaky phone cameras. For them, the airport footage was less a teaser for a commercial announcement and more a symbolic image, suggesting continuity, unity, and the promise of future chapters still being written. Entertainment commentators leaned into that sentiment, noting how rare it is for any artist to command such universal attention from a single unplanned sighting. In an industry driven by carefully staged rollouts and teaser campaigns, the rawness of a spontaneous airport appearance felt oddly powerful. No press conference, no teaser poster, just 7 figures in motion, sparking a global guessing game without saying a word. As days passed with no official update, the story refused to fade. New articles reframed the moment as a reminder of the group's unmatched cultural gravity, while fan-made edits, montages, and speculative headlines continued to circulate widely. The lack of answers became part of the allure, turning silence into suspense and absence into narrative momentum. In the end, what began as a fleeting scene in a crowded terminal evolved into something much larger, a shared global pause, a collective leaning forward in anticipation. Whether the Dubai trip ultimately unveils a major collaboration, a creative project, or simply another chapter in their ever-expanding journey, the image of BTS traveling together again has already done its work. It has reignited conversation, stirred nostalgia, and reminded millions that with these 7 artists, even the most ordinary moments can feel like the first frame of something historic yet to come.